The She Means Business event at Pitt State is empowering women in business and inspiring the next generation of businesswomen. I'm Melissa Alexis, and I'll have the story coming up.
Plus, the Riverton School District warns parents about a confirmed case of whooping cough. And an Arkansas community fights back against crypto mining.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce presented the first ever She Means Business Conference to empower women in business. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach. KOAM's Melissa Alexis spoke to some businesswomen at the event.
Susie Kaler is a marketing events manager with Extreme Interiors, a siding contractor in Pittsburgh. And she knows what it's like to be a businesswoman in a male-dominated field.
I feel at times intimidated.
She says one of the roadblocks she experienced is not being taken as seriously in her industry.
Not taken as serious, especially with, like I said, within the construction industry.
Shannon Bretchen, a county manager, says she's faced a similar challenge.
I feel like women in business sometimes have a little bit of a struggle. We're not always taken seriously, and we're not always treated like we know what we're talking about. I feel like people need to get to know us before they realize that we do know what we're talking about and that we are capable of doing many things.
Kaler says she's overcome roadblocks by learning as much as she can about the profession.
I would listen to terminologies, I would listen to processes, and then as I would share with homeowners and clients, co-workers were like, whoa, she's listening, she knows what we're talking about.
She also says networking and connecting with other like-minded women has helped her grow as a businesswoman.
I'm from Pittsburgh, Kansas. I've got young kids. I'm a mom. I'm a crazy business person, and my life is a whole bunch of crazy, but I'm here.
Other ladies within the ambassadors, have them inspire you, take on a mentor, and have them show you best practices for your professional.
And creating a space for women to network is one of the goals of the She Means Business Conference.
And they just make huge leaps in our community. They're doing things in their business, they're doing things at home, they're doing things with neighbors, and they're just really, really influential women, and we just are really excited to highlight them.
Kaler hopes the event inspires the next generation of businesswomen.
We are very knowledgeable, we are very strong-willed, we are very independent, we are able to make decisions, we are able to manage, as well as be a team player.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
The conference ended with an award ceremony celebrating the achievements of women in the community. Well, meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us with a first look at weather.
Well, temperatures now dropping down through the 30s, though our high today got up to the mid to upper 40s, so it was a little bit warmer than the last couple of days. It feels like 33 degrees still, so it still feels a bit cooler, but we do have a southerly breeze and winds gusting about 15 to 20 miles per hour starting tonight and throughout the most of the weekend. We are going to see these southerly wind gusts all the way until Monday, when we actually see this low pressure finally rejoin with the upper level flow and shift off to the east, bringing us some cloudy days, maybe even a little bit of rain chances. Now, that's going to be taking place on Sunday, maybe Sunday afternoon. We might see a few showers possible, especially south of I-44, but I'll have all those details coming up.
Thanks, Lindsay. Well, health officials at the Riverton School District advise parents about a case of whooping cough. Now, whooping cough, also known as pertussis, can spread easily from person to person by coughing or sneezing. The school district has confirmed one known case, and symptoms can include cold-like symptoms followed by 1 to 2 weeks of coughing fits. Officials recommend the pertussis vaccine due to the easily transmissible nature of the infection. And recent data from the Arkansas Department of Health shows doctor offices have seen a recent surge in RSV. Officials say the surge began in October. RSV is a common respiratory virus that infects the nose, throat, and lungs. And officials say RSV can be worse during winter months, especially for younger children.
For adults with big airways, a little snot, a little sniffle, a little congestion, not a big deal. But then we go to a family gathering and we come back with the kids, and for someone who has a tiny airway, that mucus overwhelms them very, very quickly, and it can be a much, much bigger problem.
Dr. Lyon goes on to say simple things can minimize your risk for RSV, such as regular hand washing and avoiding close contact with others who are infected. Lawmakers and city leaders in Cabot, Arkansas continue to voice their concerns over crypto mining in their community. The concerns stem from loud noises produced by mining centers as well as pollution. But for the town of Cabot, a concern is proximity to an airbase.
Why did they pick this facility that's less than 5 miles away from our airbase? This is a national security concern.
Hill and others say they will continue to fight for the removal of the center from the community. We'll have more on this story tonight on KOAM News at 10. Well, some good news out of Calumet, Oklahoma. This doggone tale follows a pair of adventurous pooches who decided to take off from their farm. The pair's owner searched 2.5 weeks for Sugar and Susie and almost gave up hope. That is, until they got a call from someone in Virginia, nearly 1,500 miles away.
Then I looked at the location where the dog went missing from, and I'm like, oh no.
Sugar and Susie's humans say the 20-hour drive to pick up their pooches was well worth it. The couple was able to find the location thanks to Sugar's microchip. As for how Sugar and Susie got that far from home, only the dogs know that tale. High school basketball gets underway in our area. John Dales has highlights from Liberal versus Northeast Arma coming up in sports. But up first, an Army veteran in Oklahoma finds comfort and healing with a four-legged friend. An Army veteran visiting Oklahoma for a National Reining Horse Association event said she uses equine therapy to heal from a helicopter crash. Now, Jess has served in the Army for 7 years, and she's asked us not to use her last name or show her full face. Elizabeth Fitz has her story.
When you walk up to a horse, they know your heartbeat, they know what you're thinking, they can tell what emotions you're feeling. And being able to not say any words but have the horse understand what you're feeling was pretty emotional and pretty life-changing for me.
Jess discovered the world of equine therapy a year ago.
Unfortunately, last summer, I was in a catastrophic helicopter crash overseas, and when I returned, it was pretty difficult for me to reintegrate back into civilian life or back into life in general.
She suffered from a traumatic brain injury and developed post-traumatic stress disorder.
I think the biggest thing that has been hard for me after the accident was to stop thinking and to just be in the moment.
So when the opportunity to ride horses arose, Jess took it.
I guess when I'm riding, all I can think about is being in the moment.
Shortly after she began working with horses,
I got a phone call from my husband, and he had told me that an EF3 tornado just swept through our city and took our house with it.
Only 6 months post-accident.
Lost my house, truck, and trailer.
Jess's advice to others:
just keep treading forward, life goes on, and really just get back on the horse and keep riding.
In a message to veterans, Jess said, quote, "I want every veteran who has gone through something, who has been a part of something traumatic, to find healing. It may not be doctors, it may not be even through their own families, but through horsemanship and the bond that you can create with a horse," end quote. A little later, Lamar looks to defend its 2023 football championship. John has this story and more coming up in sports.
And after a very cold week, we finally get a bit of a warm-up this weekend. I'll come up with that right after this.
So you start your internet search for a new appliance, and a lot of times because of industry pricing policies, it looks like everyone has the same price. But as you continue to search through our competitors' website, make sure to look at the total price, cost for delivery, installation, required accessories, and haul away. Then do the same on Metro's website, and we are confident that after you compare the total price, you'll choose to shop with us. Metro Appliances and more. The right price on the right product right now.
It was the month before Christmas, and wouldn't you know, Santa needed help, for he couldn't.
It's Santa. We got a problem.
I'm on my way.
invited to James River Christmas at all of our James River Church locations December 7th and 8th.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rob Herron, and we are proud to announce that we are one of the area's first Invisalign.
Well, it's been a cold week. Even through this morning, temperatures were 19 degrees. Now, let's go ahead and take a look outside downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. It is looking pretty good for the rest of the evening. We're still chilly out there, but temperatures right now in the upper 30s to still low 40s across the area. But we do have a southerly breeze that's going to be continuing all weekend long. A few clouds can continue over the area, but we're not getting any rain chances, at least not tonight. We are hopefully looking forward to a few rain showers on Sunday when this low pressure system decides to rejoin back with the upper level flow and then shift off to the east, bringing us a few showers on Sunday. But until then, we might see a few clouds, but temperatures are going to be on the warmer trend. So as we head through the rest of the evening, temperatures are going to be dropping through the 30s, and then with an overnight low down into the mid to lower 30s. We're really not cooling down, not as much as we have the last couple of days. And then Saturday, getting into the upper 50s and low 60s. We still have that southerly breeze. Then temperatures in Joplin 58, Pittsburgh 57, Fort Scott 57, 61 in Sedan, 60 in Independence. So we're a bit warmer Saturday and even on Sunday as well. Temperatures reaching the upper 50s, not quite hitting 60 degrees, but still getting warmer all weekend long. We have that warming trend continuing, plus winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour throughout the weekend. So as we head into tonight and through the rest of the afternoon, this is Saturday 2 p.m. Winds gusting out of the south 15 to 20 miles per hour. They do pick up throughout random nights, especially as we head into Saturday night and in the overnight hours. Early Sunday morning, winds are going to be gusting 25 to even pushing 30 miles per hour before that cold front finally moves through Monday morning. Now, it still doesn't affect our temperatures for Monday afternoon. We're still getting into the upper 50s, but that wind shift line will continue to push through, and then we have a northerly breeze as we head into Tuesday, where we do see a drop in temperatures. Now, on Sunday, we have a few showers pushing through the area. Again, mostly south of I-44, not really bringing us a lot of rainfall, and then those clouds will eventually clear out as well. We do have overcast moving into Monday morning, and that cold front, you can see a line of clouds moving through where that wind shift line is on top of us, and then it's going to be moving through the area most of the day on Monday, dropping our temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday down into the lower 40s with the overnight lows down into the 20s again, but we warm right back up as we head into next week and weekend, getting back into the upper 50s and even low 60s. So we've got a pretty warm stretch all week and even into next weekend, plus a few rain chances Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That will eventually drop our temperatures back down the following week after that.
Yeah, I can't complain about that. But I mean, gonna have a great weekend.
Which would you prefer if we had the really cold temperatures, okay, lows 19 degrees, but with snow, or we spend the entire winter in the 50s and 60s?
I would not hate on that at all.
Really? I need some snow. I want to see
I like snow, but I like it when it warms up too.
What if, okay, well maybe we'll
otherwise I spend the whole time bundled up, and that's no fun.
It is fun if you have, scarves and gloves, and
it'd be fine if we kept the interior as warm as you needed it to be.
I agree.
You can wear your scarves outside, not inside. All right. All right, still ahead, Northeast, Arma, and Liberal tip off the high school basketball season in front of a packed crowd. And Lamar High School football tries to win its second consecutive state championship. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
Lamar High School football is in the Class II state championship for the 5th year in a row. And this afternoon, the Tigers try to win their second consecutive state title. And for the 2nd year in a row and the 3rd time in the last 5 seasons, the Tigers are state champions. They win a thriller, 28-25 over Fair Grove. What you just saw, that's the game-winning touchdown. Alex Wilkerson scoring with just 42 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Tigers were down by 5. That put them up by 1 and put them up for good. We're going to have complete game highlights and post-game reaction from Columbia tonight at 9 and 10. Well, high school basketball season is officially underway, and Northeast Arma plays its season opener at noon today in a packed gym. Hundreds of students from the Northeast and Liberal school districts pack the gym in Arma as the Lady Vikings play their season opener against the Lady Bulldogs. Early in the first quarter, JC Maples fires a three and connects to give Northeast a 1-point lead. But this Liberal team went to the Final Four last year and brings a lot of talent back. Sophomore Allie Barton hits a triple from the top of the key. Then, nice passing display here. Jordan Goodell to Tegan Dyer, out to Sadie Meadows. She drains a three. Bulldogs up by 9 at that point. And here's one of the returning starters from that Final Four team, the senior Taylor Swarns. Nothing but net on this jump shot. Liberal runs away with it after a 17-0 scoring run in the second quarter. Bulldogs win 51-22. Next up, the boys game, season opener for Northeast. Second game for Liberal, who lost to Macaulay Catholic last week. Early first quarter, Taven Willard hangs and hits from the right elbow. That puts Northeast up 3-0. A little bit later, Ben Dingman zipping down the floor. Nobody stops him, so he finishes the layup. Bulldogs scored 8 unanswered at that point. They're not finished. Elam Beeman gets it on the low block, uses his post moves to turn around and score. It's now a 12-0 Liberal run. End of the first quarter, Vikings trying to run the floor, but Dalton Davis jumps in front of that pass. Then the Bulldogs sprint to the other end. Great ball movement. Cooper Trout corrals the pass, then he finds Beeman, who goes up strong for another 2. Liberal boys basketball earns its first win of the year, 58-35 over Northeast. The Bulldogs complete the sweep of the Vikings. Well, switching gears to pro football, the Chiefs have a divisional game this Sunday night against the Chargers, and a win would give Kansas City a 4-game lead over the rest of the AFC West. And I know you've heard of safeties, field goals, and touchdowns, but how about 4-point plays? More on that in this week's Minute with Mitch.
Is there a 4-point play in football? We know there's a 6-point touchdown, a 3-point field goal, a 2-point safety, a 2-point conversion, and a 1-point kick after touchdown. But according to Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, he insists there's a 4-point play for the defense. It's when the opponent has to settle for a field goal instead of a touchdown, meaning the Chiefs defense just saved 4 points. It's one of the big reasons the Chiefs are 11-1 with a mere plus 54-point differential, the lowest for an 11-1 team in NFL history. 39 times this year, Chiefs opponents have penetrated the red and gold 20-yard line. 12 times they had to settle for field goals instead of touchdowns, meaning Spags' defense has 48 points worth of 4-point plays on this Minute with Mitch. The Minute with Mitch is brought to you by Como Jewelry in Joplin and Pittsburgh.
Back to Lamar, who wins the state championship. Again, back-to-back state titles for them. The way that this team did it, they had 4 losses in the regular season. That's more losses than the previous 4 seasons combined in the regular season.
Wow.
And yet they go on a run and win a state title.
Yep, they knew they were going to make a comeback, and
Yeah.
they sure did.
Heart of a champion.
Very proud of them. Well, that's it for sports. We're back after this. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. It's a big night in Grove, Oklahoma, as the community comes together to celebrate the unveiling of brand new downtown lights. Plus, officers in one southwest Missouri town say they're dealing with hundreds of feet of copper wire theft. And we take you to a nativity festival in Pittsburgh. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Well, the holiday season means plenty of events in our 4-state area. If you don't know where to go to find those events, don't worry, we've got you covered. Just scan this QR code and go straight to the events page of our website. That's where you'll find fun family events in the area, anywhere, anytime. KOAMnewsnow.com/events. Final check of the forecast.
Yeah, it's going to actually be warm as we head through most of the week. We've got a couple of cold days where we're in the 40s, but really in the 50s throughout most of the week. We've got a couple of cloudy days plus some slight chances of rain.
All right. Final sports note.
Tonight at 9 and 10, we're going to have more on that state championship for Lamar, the 10th state championship in program history.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you for watching. And we're going to leave you tonight with a sneak preview at the Nativity Festival in Pittsburgh. Here's a little tease for you. We'll see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better